Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Colin Reich Show. It is 10:57 at night. I just got back from the gym, and I felt like I had to record, so I'm recording right now. Um, and I wanted to say that not all is lost. Um, if you've made mistakes in the past, it's not over. It's not done. You can't change those mistakes, but you can change how you act in the future. You can't change what's happened to you in the past, but you can change what you become. I saw this post on Instagram today, and it was about a sculptor, and it was, let me read it to you because and I'll put it on the screen too if I can, because I will not remember this. And it says, this was a quote from Alexis Carrel. I have no clue who that is, but this is from the After School Instagram. Alexis Carrel said, "Man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. You are the sum total of all the things that have ever happened to you, which means you're the marble, but you also choose what you become, the sculptor." So, while you cannot change anything that has ever happened to you, you are not that person anymore. That moment is done. That moment is over. But you can mold yourself into what you want to become. So even though you've made mistakes, even though you've done things you regret, even though you haven't acted in ways that resemble who you are, you can change that. Because tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day. And you get to decide that. You get to decide what tomorrow is, what the next moment is. Nobody else gets to decide that. Nobody else dictates that. Things don't go your way. You decide how you react to that unfortunate circumstance. Nobody else does that for you. And it's really hard to remind yourself of that. And it's really easy to get into the habit of, when bad things happen, complaining instead of realizing, what if this was working out for me? What if this was teaching me something? Because oftentimes when bad things happen, we say, why did this happen to me? Instead of, why did this happen for me? Right? And if you look at everything and you say, this was happening to me instead of for me, your perspective changes. And that's something that I learned from Tony Robbins. He had some video or something where he said it on a podcast. He said that once you change your perspective from this is happening to me to this is happening for me, your life changes. And you have to get out of that victim mindset. You have to get out of the mindset of, the world is against me, people don't like me, somebody's out to get me. Nobody's out to fucking get you. Everybody's living their life. Everybody's doing what they think is best for them, what they think is best for the people that they love and care about. That's what everybody's doing. Nobody's out to get you. And if somebody is, by chance, out to get you, then face them head on instead of fucking complaining. That's first and foremost. But on some real shit, when things happen, don't blame everybody else. Say, what was my part in this? What could I have done better? What could I have done to change? And if it was literally all out of your control, then you say, okay, this happened, but what can I learn from it? You have to train yourself to think that way. You're never going to think that way in every single circumstance, because I'd be lying if every day something doesn't happen and I said, damn it, why? Like, I didn't deserve that. But then you remind yourself, hey, it happened. It's unfortunate. I can't change it, though. I can change how I look at it. I can change my perspective. That's what you have to focus on. Focus on your part of it. Don't focus on other people's part of it. Other people are always going to fuck up. But you can control whether or not you fuck up, right? Mistakes happen. You're going to make mistakes. Everyone's going to make mistakes. But you get to determine your performance and your outcome every single day. You get to determine whether tomorrow is a rainy day or a sunny day, whether it's going to be a good day. You get to determine that even when everything around you is going to shit, whether you go to shit or not. Because you could be in a shitty fucking circumstance, but if you somehow stay strong, that was your choice. That was your choice. You get to choose whether or not you succeed. And that is just the most important thing. You are the creator of your own life. You carve your own path. Nobody does that for you. Your circumstances may be great, they may be horrible. But you get to choose whether or not that impacts you. Of course, it's going to impact you in some ways. Like, you can't control the stuff that goes on around you. But again, you can control how you react to it, whether or not you overcome it, or whether or not you use it to your advantage. That's a fact of life. You get to choose this shit. Life is a choose your own adventure book, and you get to choose your adventure. So, do you want to go throughout your entire life worrying about what everybody thinks and worrying about what everyone else is doing, and in turn create just an anxious and depressed cycle of your life until you die? Or do you want to not give a shit, quite literally, about what anybody else is doing or saying or thinking, and create your own universe, create your own world, create your own adventure? Do you want to do that? Because that sounds a lot better. It sounds a lot better if you are doing what you love doing, what makes you happy, regardless of what anybody else is doing. I'm not saying that you have to cut everybody off and just fuck the world. I'm saying that you just have to zone in on yourself, on what you can do. Focus on what you can do. Stop focusing on everybody else. Everybody else is always going to have something to say or something to do, and blah, 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 blah. It's all noise. It's all noise. You have to rise above the noise. You have to overcome the noise. There's always going to be distractions. There's always going to be noise around you. You have to overcome it. Your entire life is going to have to be overcoming unfortunate circumstances, overcoming mistakes, overcoming obstacles. That's going to be your life, because nothing is ever going to go perfectly. Nothing is ever going to go exactly as it was planned. What's that saying? We make plans, then God laughs. God has a plan for each and every one of us. God has a plan that even if we fuck up, there is no possible way that his plan will not be carried out, because he has amazing things planned for us. So no matter how many times you fuck up, no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how off track you get, if you look up, you will always find something positive. And that's the most important thing. The most important thing is to keep your eyes on what is greater than you and keep your eyes on what you are doing. Everybody else is always going to have something to say. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because as much as it might be painful, and as much as it might hurt you sometimes, and as much as it might be an obstacle, again, you get to choose how you react to that. And if you spend your entire life worrying about what everybody else is doing and everybody else is saying, and worrying about all these other things that are out of your control, you are going to just create this horrible, vicious cycle that is going to drag you down. And it's just gonna be this chain and ball stuck to your ankle for the rest of your life, where you're carrying this guilt and this doubt and this anxiety and this weight. And you don't want that. So choose your own adventure. Do what makes you happy. Become the writer of your own story, the sculptor of your own statue. Become you. Become who you are, not who the rest of everybody thinks you should be. Become who you are. Become who God is telling you that you should be. That is what you should do. We're approaching 10 minutes, and I try and keep these videos around 10 minutes, but not all is lost. Tomorrow is yours. Focus on tomorrow. Focus on the here and now, because this moment is yours. Go out and take that moment and have a great fucking day. All right? I love you. Thank you for the support. Check out one of the things up there, all the links to the socials and everything that they tell you to do. Please, if you have any ideas for future content, future videos, what I should talk about, please put that in I would almost say to the description. Please put that in the comments. I read those however few there may be, but I do read them. So thank you so much. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video.